My name is Joshua Inman. I've been at Thrift Smart for about 8 years, and I have worked in the book department almost 8 years. I can't remember what date I started, but it was shortly after I started working here. I took over the book department, so I've built when I first started, the book department was run by volunteers, and then I kind of took it over and became the media director, and that's what I do here is I basically run the media department with the help of my volunteers.
I'm Beverly Payne, and I have been volunteering at Thrift Smart for approximately 7 or 8 years. And I stock and unstock the children's books in our large book section here at Thrift Smart. I went to Christ Community Church and got involved with the Belize Project because they needed a librarian to go down and help set up some libraries in the schools that the church was starting down there. And I went to Belize 4 times, and then I decided I had aged and did not need to make that trip anymore, but I still wanted to be involved with the project, and so I started volunteering here with the books. Being a librarian, I enjoy that. I'm a full-time volunteer. I'm retired from the Williamson County schools and Christ Presbyterian Academy, where I was the librarian at both of those places. We need volunteers, and it's such a pleasant place to come in. And the good thing about being retired is you set your own hours, and you stay as long until you get tired, and then you go home and then you come back another day. The people here, Josh especially, I work closer with Josh than the other, but the other employees are so kind and nice and accepting for me to come at odd times. And every once in a while the customers come in and are looking for books, and so I can, especially with the children, I can help them find something that they like, and that's fun to be here. I think that's, good reasons to be at Thrift Smart and volunteer, because we have a very large book section. I think because of my love of books and children and reading and literacy with children, I'm so appreciative of the large selection that we have here. And besides having books for the children here in Nashville, we have donated lots of books from Thrift Smart to the beginning children's program in the preschool program in Belize. So in doing that, we were able to pick out books that would be appropriate for the parents who didn't read to their children, to allow them. And now all of that has gotten to be a part of the Dolly Parton bedtime story thing, and that's just been really cool.
When I took over the book department 7-8 years ago, my only knowledge of books was my years of shopping and volunteering at my school library. And so I've learned a lot from from Beverly and Carol and different people who come in, but I didn't know anything about kids' books, like what's an early reader and a preschool and age and this and that. I didn't know any of that stuff. And so Beverly works really well because she knows instantly what that stuff is, because that's her specialty. And so she can come in and put it up in no time where I would be lost. And so that's why it works really well together, because she has that expertise that I don't have.
I like nonfiction books as well as fiction books. I'm a librarian. I like all books, so it's hard for me to pinpoint down. I love to read the children's books, the picture books. I'll read any book. Oh, I think Thrift Smart is so invaluable to this community. And I know that times when someone's home burns or an apartment burns, Thrift Smart opens the door for them to come in and replace what they need. And it just meets the needs of this community in such a neat way. And there's good stuff in here. It's not just junky stuff, it's good stuff. So most of the used bookstores that you go in are just paperbacks. And as you can see, we have lots of hardback books. And I think that's one of the big differences I see in going to a used book. And the used bookstores smell. They have an odor because there's lots of old books. We have a lot of brand new books that are donated here that our customers get to buy.
So what we do, we have a really cool program, which I've never seen a thrift store do before, that if you come and people from different organizations or churches, they come in and they bring in donations, they weigh it by the pound, they log it into a book that we have at the front of the store, and every 3 months they take that poundage, and I believe they get $1 per every 10 pounds of donations, and over 3 months, at the end of 3 months, they'll figure out how much money goes to each of the organizations, and they mail them out in gift cards. And that's the way that those churches can give people who have had a flood or a fire, who need help. They can go and get to these organizations or churches and get a gift card and then come to our store and shop. And so it's a way that we get donations, but we also can help the community by giving them gift cards that they can give to people who are poor or in need. And I've never seen a thrift store do that before, so I love that program. And it's easy. If you want your church or organization to sign up, just stop in the store or go on our website and you can sign up. And so then you would tell your church or organization, when you donate, make sure you log it under our organization so we get the credit for it.
I would really encourage people to volunteer, whether it's here or somewhere else, because it gives you a purpose. I tell Josh, y'all, and I tell Bruce all the time, I feel needed here. Josh makes me feel needed here because I help him, keep the children's books, which he doesn't want to do, or doesn't have the expertise to do. And so it helps me to feel needed, because when you're retired, you can sit at home and watch the TV all day long and not do anything. And this really gives me a real outlet to get out and move and to be helpful to someone else. So it's very, very rewarding to volunteer wherever your expertise is, whether it's in a hospital rocking babies or wherever. It's good to volunteer.